Welcome guys, episode 5, History Down the Pub.
Today we're in the picturesque village of Lavenham.
And it's all about the witches.
Bitches!
Hey.
The boys on camera. Here they are. Today we're in the old sleepy medieval town of Lavenham.
Get ready for another episode.
Here they are warming up. Fucking idiots. Flonkers. Right, there's going to be a lot of cars in today's episode, I'm afraid. It's a busy town, but a beautiful town. We are here to talk about a little story of the Lavenham witches, or Lavenham witch. So we'll have a little bit of walkabout first, show you the town. Beautiful medieval, made its money through the wool trade back in the day. That's the Swan, that's the old hotel. Actually quite close to my heart because this, when I left school, was the first place I worked at. I was a waiter, a barman, and then eventually I went in the kitchens and I'd done a bit of cooking. Well, burnt a lot of things, more to the point, and always getting told off by the head chef, but I guess that is kitchen life. That's the Swan, my old haunt. And then Lavenham is very well known for a house, crooked house, which is just up here. We're going to have a little walk up here, it's just on the left. This is the famous crooked house of Lavenham, with Gal and Potty Potter standing in front. And this is a classic car, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful car in front of a beautiful house. What he does, love his classics.
A kingfisher on the bonnet.
Look, if he's in the element, he's got a classic car, someone's happy.
He's a hamper.
Is that?
Yeah. Thanks, nice.
Lovely.
Ah, pie cottage, that makes sense. Chunky wonky monkey. So, quite a special house. If you are a fan of Harry Potter, you might recognise this house. It's the De Vere house. Now, the De Veres were a very wealthy wool merchant. They made their lots of money. And this is a beautiful, classic, English, medieval house. And like I say, Harry Potter. If you haven't seen it, don't know where you've been, but get on it. The De Vere house. And you've got all these here around the doorway. Can you get the doorway, gal? Do I have to stand in it? I believe, question me if I'm wrong, I believe it's Harry Potter's parents' house. I do believe. But yeah, lovely. Right, I'm getting out of the road before I get run over. This is Lavenham, one of the best preserved villages in England. Very medieval, very old, as you can tell by the crooked buildings and with the timber frames and the very busy streets. Because hidden behind the postcard perfect streets is a much darker story. A story of fear, paranoia, accusation and witchcraft. During the 15th century, Lavenham became a very wealthy town, and the town became rich through the wool trade, exporting fine cloth across Europe, and merchants here made fortunes, and they showed off that fortune by building enormous houses. Places like the De Vere house still survive today, with their twisted beams and overhanging upper floors. Towering above the village is the Church of St Peter and St Paul, one of the grandest wall churches in England, built as a symbol of the success of Lavenham. At its height, this tiny village is wealthier than many major towns. Then the wool trade collapsed. Lavenham slowly declined, and because there wasn't enough money to modernise the buildings, the medieval village survived almost untouched, which is amazing for historians and us alike, but slightly concerning as the buildings appear to lean at a 45 degrees angle. Fast forward to the 1640s. England was in chaos. The Civil War divided the country. Disease spread easily, harvests failed, and religion dominated every life. And people generally believed the devil isn't actually active in the world. If livestock died unexpectedly, maybe it was witchcraft. If somebody became ill, maybe they'd been cursed. And if your neighbour argued with you before something bad had happened, they looked very suspicious indeed. Then came Matthew Hopkins, a man who gave himself the title Witchfinder General. Now Hopkins travelled through East Anglia with his assistant John Stern, hunting suspected witches. Their methods were brutal. Accused people were kept awake for days, questioned endlessly, and searches for the so-called devil marks, ordinary moles, scars and blemishes that proving loyalty to Satan. There was also the infamous swimming tests. The accused were tied up, lowered into water. If they floated, guilty. If they sank, innocent. Not ideal odds either way. In Lavenham, one woman got caught up in the growing panic. Her name was Anne Randall. Very little is known about her life today, which was common for ordinary women in the period, but records show that she became the target of accusations during the height of the witch hunts. Neighbours blamed Anne for sickness, bad luck and dying livestock. One story claimed that a man argued with her and soon afterwards his animals became ill. To modern day ears, that sounds ridiculous. Anne Randall was eventually convicted of witchcraft. She was executed, believed to be the only person from Lavenham put to death during the witch trials. No magic, no curses, just fear, rumours and society looking for someone to blame. Hopkins and his assistant often pushed suspects to confess for exhaustion and intimidation. After days without proper sleep, many people admitted to impossible things. Speaking with the devil, meeting demons at night, keeping familiars. Now these are spirit animals that supposedly help witches cast spells. Usually these familiars were described as cats, dogs, mice and even toads, which means most households in Suffolk would have looked deeply suspicious. Historians now believe many confessions were false, desperate attempts to end interrogations and sufferings. But at the time, confessions only fueled the panic even further. Today, Lavenham attracts visitors from all around the world. People come for the medieval streets, the history and the ghost stories. Walking through the village at dusk, you can understand why legends still survive here. But the real story of the Lavenham witches isn't supernatural, it's human. It's about what happens when fear becomes stronger than reason, and how quickly neighbours can turn against each other when society falls apart. Oh, she's away. Hello, baby. How are you today? Hey. Good girl. Ah, Bubba. Are you right? Give me a kiss. Mama. Oh, she's going to get my finger. There isn't anything underneath, is there? She's going to get... Is that her? Yeah. Is that her? Oh, Bubba, come here. Oh, come here. Don't go. Don't.
She don't mind you.
Oh, baby. So nice to you and everything. The drone is in the air, ladies and gentlemen. Get some wicked... Deontay. On that note,
did you name it Deontay?
We didn't name it anything. I was actually going to ask the audience if they wanted to name the drone, wasn't I?
Great
so maybe we could mention that in a little while in the closing speech. But if you are watching this and this does make the final edit, have a little think. We're going to give the drone a little bit of a character in this. So if you can think of a name, something funny maybe, and yeah, we'll pick the best one.
Do you know when it called love, when to become one? And I felt like a boom in your arms, I call home. Do you know when it called love, when to become one? And I felt like a boom in your arms, I call home. It feels like paradise when your hands are in mine. It feels like paradise when I drown into your eyes. Like it feels like paradise when your hands are in mine. feels like paradise when I drown into your eyes, like a paradise. Do you know when you call love, when to become one? And I felt like a boom in your arms, I call home. Do you know when you call love, when to become one? And I felt like a boom in your arms, I call home. It feels like paradise when your hands are in mine. It feels like paradise when I drown into your eyes, like it feels like paradise when your hands are in mine. It feels
Go and have a pint. We're actually gonna today. History down the pub is actually gonna. We're gonna go in a pub. I know, crazy. On that note, the story of history down the pub. Now, a lot of people have asked me about the pub, saying, you know, why did we call it history down the pub? Well, originally I come up with the idea of a history channel told to you like a mate, having a pint with a mate down the pub. Nice relaxed chat just about history. But then it kind of took its own turn. We've got these boys involved a bit more, which is great. But we kept the name because the name stuck. It's a good name. And the idea is maybe in the future when we get a lot more viewers, a lot more subscribers, so please subscribe, press that button. Then we're going to do some live shows in a pub. We're going to discuss places we've been, what we liked, what was our favourites, you know, what's it like for tourism, just discuss where we've been and also the future projects. If there's any other future projects, you know, coming from you guys, if you want us to go somewhere, please do let us know, and we'll look into it. So that was the reason why History Down the Pub is called History Down the Pub. And then maybe, you know, we could turn it into a podcast. And then we can really turn it into a History Down the Pub podcast. So that'd be great. And then we can actually get some people in, discuss it. Us three having a few beers, having a laugh, really. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for watching History Down the Pub. Subscribe, like, comment. We need everything. You know, subscriptions do not cost a thing. Thank you so much for watching our videos. If you are watching, just take that extra second to push that subscribe button.
Hit that like button too. It really helps the channel. And we'll just keep producing quality footage.
Socials, all socials. Check out the socials.
Get on
Every
TikTok,
single one. Click,
TikTok,
like, share.
Facebook, Instagram.
Bing, bing, bing. Click, click, click.
All full videos, all main videos will be on YouTube. So please subscribe. Thanks again.
Thanks for watching.
Cheers,
See
everybody.
you on the next one.
Bye bye.
Take care.
So cheers again. I went to cheers you.
One more.
One more.